everyone, welcome back to Art a la Carte. When I first made the announcement that I was going to continue the character drawing challenge, but this time using your original characters, I knew I was going to get 1 or 2 submissions, maybe even 3. But I got way more submissions than that. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for all the amazing original character OCs. There were so many that it was actually hard to choose which ones I was going to do. For this video, I picked 3 of them. And while I show you a small part of the creation process, I'll talk a little bit more about the challenge itself and answer some of the questions that I've gotten from you guys. Let's start this challenge off with a huge mistake, like forgetting to hit the record button on most of the drawing process for this first piece, which I absolutely adore. But I will show you kind of the finishing up bits and pieces of it. Artsy Drawer over on Instagram submitted her original character, and I loved the design of this. I thought it had a lot of personality and was so interesting in the design of the character itself was so interesting. I immediately wanted to know her story and who she was and what she did and why her costume was so unique. Just to catch everyone up on the 100 character draw challenge, these characters are originally designed by my viewers, hopefully by you. If you're interested in having me draw one of your original characters in my style, stick tuned to the end of this video and I'll give you all the details. One of the things I ask in the submissions is that you give me as little personal information about the character as possible, written information. The more detail and information you can give me in the actual art, the better. But I really don't want to know their backstories or even their names. It's a fun part of the challenge to see what I can guess about the character. So let's talk about this character here. I don't know if you guys remember back in the 1980s, there was a cartoon character called Rainbow Bright. Bring. She and her friends helped bring color to the world, and all of them had different kinds of jobs. Maybe it's her yellow rain boots, I'm not certain, but I kind of feel she's that type of character. Like she has a job. She's not really like a fairy, but she's in charge of something. Being that she has a lot of raindrop motifs on her outfit, plus stars, I'm thinking she has to do something with the weather maybe? And stars? Because her dress kind of looks like an umbrella, so I would assume her character has something to do with making the weather changes and things like that. If the original creator, Artsy Draw, is watching this video, make sure to comment down below and tell us about her name, and what her backstory is. Let's move on to the next character, shall we? Haha! This next character is actually a male character. I know. Me drawing a guy character? I know. I chose this character for a couple of different reasons. One, I liked his cloak. His cloak was like all feathery, and I'm wondering, could he fly with said cloak? Now again, the artist, Squid's art, gave me very little information about the character, so there are some parts that are kind of curious, and you'll see them as I continue with the creation process. This is a young male character with a feathery cloak that could possibly be wings, and in my drawing, that's what I'm kind of taking. So he's kind of floating. I would think he could fly more like Superman rather than like beating his wings. His cloak just magically lets him fly. So he's just hovering on air. But because he's kind of young and I don't know, he looks like he's slightly awkward, he's a little bit shy and embarrassed. So maybe he's chatting with his crush or something. In the original drawing, I noticed that his face and shoulders are a little bit more red. I don't know if that's part of his design or if he was a little bit embarrassed and that's was his blush. Maybe that's what caused me to think that he was a little bit shy and awkward. For his backstory, the first thing that popped into my mind that his job is delivering the mail. And I think it's because of his shorts. Where I live in the summertime, our postal carriers wear these nifty little shorts when they deliver the mail. And I thought his shorts reminded me of postal workers. In finishing up his design, I did notice that he had these lines around his face. I don't know if they are scars or tattoos or what? So Squid Arts, if you are watching this video, comment below and let me know, what is that markings about? Tell us a little bit about your character. For the last character, I chose this one by the artist My Still Like Mew. For this one, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how I choose the characters and give you some tips and ideas on how to present your characters with a better chance of me choosing them to draw. First, I'm looking for a completely designed character. A lot of people submitted drawings and designs of things that were just person or an animal. There wasn't a distinguishing feature about them. And while that person may be a character in your story, if I'm looking for something to translate, I'm looking for something that sparks imagination, that's exciting and interesting to draw. So for this character, it was all about her facial expression and her costume design. Even though it's a basic sketch of this character, it just has to have that certain je ne sais quoi. With that being said, I also look for characters that are completely fleshed out. Like in this picture, there was already a complete design of the different jewelry and headband. And even though there was no color, I was just able to use my imagination and come up with that. The last thing I'm looking for is a current piece. Before I explain this, let me tell you how you can submit your original character for me to possibly draw. The best way is to post on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram and want to, here is my Instagram page name. Tag me in the actual photo. Some people tag me in the comments. Tagging me in the comments can easily get buried and I never ever see it. But if you tag me in the actual photo, I can go back to that actual place and look for it. The second thing is I'm looking for current uploads. Not that if there is a character that you designed a while ago and made a post of and are just going back in your photos and tagging me, that I might not choose that. I want to try to reward artists who are actively working on their character designs or creating new characters or refining them. Encouraging you guys to keep your posts active. If you don't have Instagram, there is also Twitter. Boom, here's my Twitter information. Or also my Facebook page. A few of you have asked if you can send me something in the mail, and I have my P.O. box listed in the description box below. And I've already received a couple of different letters in the mail containing original character designs. Let me go ahead and talk really quickly about this character and tell you what I think about her. I imagine this character is part of a royal servants. Maybe ladies' maids, maybe royal performers, but she's part of a troupe where they make everyone kind of look the same. And so lost in this crowd of people that are all doing the same thing and look the same uniform, but there's just a spark about her that is unique. She is her own person. And for those who are willing to get to know her, find out that she is quite the individual. I know I was only able to do 3 different characters this round, but please do not fear. I definitely have enough character designs to hold me over for a couple more rounds. If I didn't choose your character in this video, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to choose it. It may come up in a later post, but of course you can submit another character design as well. I wouldn't make it the exact same character design. It can be the same character, but draw them again. Do something that's going to help grab my attention. For you as an artist, this might be a great way to gauge if your character design has the ability to grab the attentions of people. I'm also looking for a hashtag, which I think would be a lot easier to keep track of everything. And someone submitted one to me and I cannot remember what it was or where they submitted it to me from. So if you have a hashtag idea, let me know in the comment section below. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in this video. I hope you enjoyed these 3 character designs. If you're brand new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. As always, God bless you guys, keep being awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!